CALCANEUS. Boom. So now the light, top light's hitting right at the malleolus, and the front of the light's at the same place, right where the tarsal metatarsal space is. And then my marker, I would just kind of sneak in here in the corner, up in that upper corner. Okay? Now comes the challenging one, the axial. Save the best for last. Okay? You ready? Alright, so go ahead and turn on your back. So you all will probably have to spread out here for a minute. Do you see that? Rosa was telling Amanda? You never know who your patient might be.
That's right.
Did they have to repeat on you?
Well, he would have. I kept telling him, you forgot your marker. Oh, you pulled up the whole thing. I have a lab one that just has the images. But go forward on that because I showed them my... Go forward. That's my... I don't know. Woo! Nasty, huh? That's
crazy.
That's where they broke my heel in half and put a screw in it. And that's the nastiness after they took the cast off. Okay, so I think you can do this in this room on this end. Otherwise, we may have to put her at the other end. So I'm going to put her down and see. We need to be limited.
Yeah, we always do it in this room.
Yeah, so I'm going to have you sit up and scoot down some more.
Now, everyone pay attention to all these little details she's doing right now.
Okay, we want to get the yardstick, the meter stick. Oh, good. Perfect. Okay. This one. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, we have one. Each room should always have their own meter stick. There's one long one, the 72-inch one, and two short ones. So usually I like to keep them up there on the windowsill. That way we always can visually see they're in each room. All right, so remember I said if you stay at 40 inches here, that's not going to work because this distance has to be 40 inches to the tube. And the way you measure the 40 inches is you hit like the middle of the cassette here. Should be about right here where the angle indicator is. That's about where the anode is located. Okay, so right now we're at about probably 50 inches. But if I bring, can you hold this for me? So if I bring the tube down this way, just vertically, watch what happens on my centering to the cassette. Bring it out so you don't. See how I've lost my centering to the... So what I normally would do is I'd set it up to where I'm centered over the cassette and the part. So I might be too close here. I'm just going to center it to where it needs to be. Okay, and then what you have to do is, it's really hard to do with one person, but you hold the lock release and you go diagonally. See how I'm pushing it diagonally? Not up, not down. So I'm going this way. See how the tube's going at a diagonal? Not just up and down, but both. That way I'm getting my 40 inches set here. Make sure I didn't change that. So this doesn't change now. I'm centered to the middle of the cassette. So now I'm just going to move her to the center. So what you don't want is you don't want your tube like way over here. Because the only really problem, that's okay, thank you. The only really problem with that is you have to go up in your technique if you go up in your distance. Okay, can you scoot down just a little bit here? So remember I told you that you don't want to start with the heel in the middle of the cassette because this severe angle is going to project it up. So you actually want to bring it down a little closer to the edge. Okay, now what I'm going to do is have her flex her foot all the way back. And how can I tell where the third metatarsal is? Because the bump is the fifth. So if I put my finger at the fifth, you go just below that, that's going to hit right at the third. So palpate the fifth. Go just below that, like this top of the two lines can hit that fifth, and that'll tell you that the middle white line is right in the center. The other thing you want to make sure is that the foot's straight up and down this way. Don't let it go this way or this way. Because remember that one image where we saw I think the next one, where we saw the tibia, or the fibula rather, in the image, it was because the foot was rotated. That one. See that? So we don't want it to go out to the side. We want it straight up and down. Now, relax your foot for a minute. Hold on, I've got to get in here. So she's not able to flex her foot back, which probably most of you can, but if you've had like a shin splint or, you know, you've had trouble with gastrocnemius, tightness or whatever, you can grab, we've got these different straps in here that you can use. These straps, you can pull down the straps for the seat fine, but you could use tape, or they have like these posy straps where you just put it around the foot and then have the patient gently pull back. Okay? I think most of you could probably hold it, but if you can't, just get a strap or something to help the patient. All right? See how nice that is? And then we're still going to mark the lateral side. Close collimation. And that's what you get. Okay, move your foot to the side. I'll show them with the... So what we're doing is, see, here's the calcaneus. Now watch what happens. I'm going to bring this up a little bit so you can see it. So this is with the foot in a vertical. See the shape of the calcaneus? Go ahead and hit the light because I've got to do all three. Okay, now see, watch the shape of the calcaneus if I overextend the foot or overflex it. See how it foreshortens it? You see that? Can you see from that side? Okay, now watch what happens if I don't extend the foot enough. See how it got elongated? So you have to have the foot in the right vertical position. Can you hold this for me here? Okay, the same thing will happen if you don't have the right tube angle. See, if you use less than 40, see how it foreshortens the calcaneus? Or if you use more than 40, it's going to elongate the calcaneus. So when you see an image that looks like really foreshortened, they either use the incorrect tube angle or the foot wasn't dorsiflexed correctly. Okay? Make sense? So this is probably the one that you'll need to kind of practice the most with because it's the newest. You know, the most challenging, I think. All right, questions? What scares you today? What concerns you? The last one?
The odor.
Right.
Huh?
Toes.
Is that
Toes, touching toes? Having your toes touched? Yeah. Just make sure